Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to be running the full LR Super Saiyan 4 team. But as I have shown off, I've done each of them in their own individual videos so far. But as you can see, this whole team, all of the Super Saiyan 4s are full level 10 links. They're not all rainbowed for me. We got LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Bardock are only 90%, and then LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is only 69%. I could only find the one Broly friend, and unfortunately he's not level 10 links, but obviously on global, currently the only way we can run this team is with the double Broly leads, so we have a 130% to stats across the board and 3 key leader skill. I've mentioned it extensively in the Goku and Vegeta showcases that I put up over the last couple of days, that this team is the reason why I'm now so super hyped for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to come to global, because when he first came out on JP, because he came out just before the hero stuff was going to be coming, we obviously all went into speculation overdrive about him potentially having like a Super Saiyan 4 category leader skill, and then the heroes banner bringing a bunch of Super Saiyan 4s, and we were pretty much correct, because Giant 8 power is basically the Super Saiyan 4 category, but with some other units thrown in. And I think personally that was a really good way to do the category, because even if they brought out like a few more Super Saiyan 4s, it's still not really enough. You don't want to have a category that pretty much only has like one buildable version of the team. So including all of the Giant Ape related units, like the units that can transform, and then units like the Wrathful Broly or Kid Gohan, for example, who don't actually transform in their cards, but are utilizing the quote-unquote Giant 8 power. I think that was a really good way to make the category, because it allows you to bring some of the support units like the Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku or the AGL Tora, who are very decent support units. But of course, for global, as I said already, to fully run that team, we need Gogeta to come out, because the 130 leader skill from Broly, it's not terrible. You'll see throughout this video, we are still going to be able to hit some pretty reasonable numbers with our units, both in terms of attack stat and how well they defend. But yeah, just when we get to top that over to the 170 leader skill, I feel like this team is potentially going to be one of my favorites in the game. I went super hard on the banner to make sure that Vegito was rainbowed, and obviously along the way, rainbowed Broly, Gohan. Bardock's 90%, but Gohan and Bardock don't have awakenings yet. And that's, you know, they're already incredibly impressive units. But as we've seen is the trend with the heroes banners, when they eventually get an awakening, which, going by the recent trend, if we don't start getting hero stuff more regularly, it's going to be like 2 years. But when they get their awakenings, they will be featured on the banner again. So then obviously it's going to make it easier to pull not only that last copy of Bardock, but then obviously we're going to see with some units, when they get their awakenings, you end up kind of wanting to change how their hidden potential system is done. And so obviously that will help as well, because even if you already had both the units rainbow, if you summon on that new banner where they're featured, you're probably going to end up pulling a copy or two of them, and then you'll be able to use that to reset some of their abilities for free. So LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku coming in with the 30% chance to counter the super as well. You love to see it. So we finish off Magetta with that attack. Very, very good. Obviously, remember, once Gogeta gets thrown into the mix for this team, he, like the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, has a 50% chance to counter super attacks. He is obviously insanely powerful straight away from turn 1. And technically gets slightly weaker as the longer form events go on, whereas like say the LR Super Saiyan 4s, they need to be around for 4 turns to get fully built up. But I mean, even in the super long form events, that's not to underestimate Gogeta. He still has a chance to get like his super effective and all that other stuff. So I think in looking forward to the future for that version of the team, obviously we would have to drop somebody from this lineup. And as much as it pains me to say it, because you guys know he's my boy, I think we probably would be dropping Bardock, because like the Gohan, they don't have awakenings, so he doesn't have fierce battle. So unfortunately, that is a link that would be very, very useful to have, that we are missing out on for him. And then, of course, like, who else do we drop? Gohan is in the same boat where he doesn't have an awakening, but he's so good defensively. He's kind of one of the main tanks on the team. Like, I mean, you can see in this particular run, I am running him on one of the main rotations as the tank. So I don't think I would want to get rid of him. Plus, of course, his passive, you have to have giant 8 power allies to fully activate, whereas Bardock's passive, you have to have 4 other crossover allies. So in fact, once you throw Gogeta into the mix, if you replace one of the crossover units with him, and then you have a friend Gogeta as well, you're not actually going to have enough crossover allies on the team for Bardock to get his full passive. So unfortunately, Bardock is probably the easy choice for the one to drop on that particular build, unfortunately. So one thing that I hadn't really thought about until now, to be honest, is one thing I would love to see when they do awaken the Bardock and the Gohan to TURs, something that would benefit them massively is if they, regardless of what else they get with their awakening, like whatever else is added to their passive or added to their super attack effect, anything like that, they should definitely reduce that part of their passive that is restricted by allies to 3. Even if it's 2. I mean, like, 2 would be amazing, but 3 would be so much better, because 3 other allies, because, like, when we've tried to show off the units individually, there's certain team builds, like, say, Super STR for, like, Extreme Super Battle Road for Bardock. It's quite difficult to build a team that has 4 other crossover category allies that is also very good. And then same for Gohan with Super Int. There's not enough, like, giant 8 power allies that are good. Same with, like, Hybrid Saiyans, and when we start getting into some of the other categories that you could run those units on, those parts of their passive become a lot more restrictive. Whereas obviously Vegito doesn't have anything like that and is a support unit, so he absolutely is one of the people that you would keep on the team. And then Broly only requires there to be a giant 8 power ally on the same rotation as him, which obviously on the giant 8 power team is going to be every single rotation that he's on. So Vegito coming in clutch with the counter. So yeah, unfortunately, as much as I do love Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, and I do think he is a fantastic unit in his own right, we would definitely be dropping him to then bring the double Gogeta leads. And then your rotations can essentially be whatever you like. Like, Gohan is so much better. I mean, he's still being really good on this run, don't get me wrong, but Gohan is so much better on a double 170 leader team. I could quite easily see you running him on main rotation as a tank, maybe even with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in slot 2. I think I probably want to do this for this turn, even though we lose out on Fierce Battle. Definitely want Gohan in the middle. And then this turn is very awkward for the key, though. Because unfortunately, whilst all of these units, I think every single unit on this team has prepared for battle. That's the only link that they all have. They all share for key. So sometimes on turns like this, it can be a little bit awkward where you have to pick up 4 orbs, which is a little bit disappointing. Again, that's going to be the other good thing about Gogeta coming into the team and bringing that more variation. I mean, I guess I could have brought, like, one of the Great Ape power support units on this team build, but the whole point of this video was I wanted to have the full Super Saiyan 4 team. And obviously, once you start throwing in some of those support units, you can fix up those key issues a little bit. And then, of course, depending on how you want to run the team, you could always float Vegito because he does provide that key as part of his support. But he's such a good unit. Like, I don't like the idea of him not being on rotation because he's just so good. He provides that support to everybody else, has a 50% chance to counter super attacks. Because he raises defense on super, he tanks incredibly well. I mean, him and Broly are, like, Dokkan Fest exclusive level units for sure. So I don't like the idea of floating him off. Broly taking 63k there, though, thanks to the type disadvantage. Are we going to be able to get that rainbow orb to drop down? No. Well, there's one at the top. Fortunately, Goku doesn't need to get his 18 key super in order to actually get his defense, though, so that should be okay. And I think we were above 80% HP at the start of the turn, so Bardock at the end will get his effective against all types. He just won't get the guaranteed crit, so he will do a little bit of extra damage as well. And obviously Vegito considering he has type advantage here. Not going to take any damage from Kale. And then Goku raises his defense. I'm not even sure what turn it is now, but we should be far enough into the event that the Super Saiyan 4s are now fully built up, the two LRs. They both require being around for 4 turns to have their passive fully built up, so they definitely should be done at this point. So we'll do this, float off the Broly. I kind of want to save that for Vegeta. Not enough to get his 18 key super, unfortunately, but definitely want to make sure that we get a super attack with him. Gohan's going to tank everything in the first slot anyway. He doesn't have any special super attack effects, so I didn't give him a lot of additional. And then, of course, as I say that, he comes in with the additional super attack, so that's what we like to see. This will do a fair bit of damage, but 83k, I mean, this far into an event with a 130 leader, and the fact that he's only a level 100 UR, that's pretty good. So, again, going back to like the Gohan and Bardock, as soon as they get awakenings, just by becoming TURs and having the increased stats, they are going to be incredible units. Hopefully they pick up Fierce Battle, because they would need to awaken from medals from the Vegeta Dokkan event, or maybe they'll even bring another Heroes Dokkan event, which would be cool. That would be something that would be very good if they started doing that with like every hero celebration, where like the new big banner unit that has an awakening actually has it from a Dokkan Fest. Because with the link update, Shattering the Limit isn't as much of a shaft as it used to be for units to get, but we would probably still prefer them to have Fierce Battle, especially because it gives some defense now at level 10 as well. So I think we probably have to use our first item here, because Bardock, if he gets super attacked at the end, we probably just die. So I am going to go ahead and do this. And then we will... Well, let's let Bardock get a super attack. Although he didn't get either of those parts of his passive, so he's not going to do a lot of damage to Caulifla, because he's not getting his attacks effective against all types or guaranteed crit. But I did give my Bardock quite a bit of crit. I think I had this discussion with someone in the comments section of one of those videos where I was using Bardock. It's so easy, as you see on this turn, to drop below that HP restriction in order to get those last parts of his passive to activate. And because his super attack doesn't have any special effect outside of his ceiling, so he doesn't really get any extra benefit from additional supers other than obviously doing some additional damage, I thought it was a good idea to give him a decent amount of crit, so that if he loses that part of his passive being active, he still has the chance to actually get crits. And then, of course, you know, he attacks whilst I'm explaining that and doesn't get a crit, so... But I really like this rotation. I showed this off in its own video on like the Kamehameha team build, but the rotation of Super Saiyan 4 Vegito and Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I really like this rotation. This is going to be a very powerful turn, because all 3 of these units, very good. I mean, on this particular team build, I would say these 3 units are probably the best 3 units on the team: Vegito, Goku, and Broly. So yeah, I mean, Goku 3.6 million attack stat for a 90% unit on a 130 team. That's very good. 2.5 on the crit, and then yeah, it takes no damage on the way back. And Broly here, 2.65. He has type advantage. If we can get off some of these additionals, then it is GG for Caulifla right here. There you go. There's number 2. Will this be enough? Probably not without a crit. No. And we don't get the 3rd one. That's a shame. So I guess it's up to Gohan. Shades of the old Super manga here, with Gohan taking on... Well, actually, I guess he took on Kefla, so it's not quite the same thing. But we'll do that, and then we'll do that. So, yeah, full 24k. I don't think we're... Vegeta's not going to get a chance to attack, I think, because Gohan might take her out if he crits. But yeah, otherwise it'll be down to Broly. I would imagine he'll probably finish her off with an additional, even if it's not a super attack. So, Not bad. One thing they could definitely add to this Bardock and the Gohan is because of their roles being like Gohan is more defensive, Bardock is more offensive. If they gave Gohan some sort of attack stacking on Super and then Bardock some kind of defense stacking on Super, I think that would make those units even more incredible than they already are. So let's go ahead and grab these for you, and then we can get. I see it wants to take those ones, but. Let's grab all the AGL orbs. The Super Saiyan, the LR Super Saiyan 4 is getting so much extra key from same type orbs and rainbow orbs is so good. So yeah, I think it's been a while since I've done this stage all the way through. I'm pretty sure it's hit next and then we're done, right? So because Goku has type disadvantage against the Namekians here, I don't want to use his active skill because if he doesn't get a crit, then it's a little bit of a waste because we don't get to do big boy damage. In fact, maybe I'll just save both the active skills for hit because hit is physical, so Vegeta's going to have type advantage. Goku letting us down though with the not countering the super. Unfortunately, the LR Super Saiyan 4 is only having the 30% counter chance. We didn't take crazy amounts of damage though. And I would say, again, considering we are only running double 130 leads, the fact that we still have like 460k defense is pretty good. So, we're not going to get a super for Gohan, unfortunately. But we need to grab these for you. I think we probably should heal again here, just because if Broly gets super attacked by one of the Namekians, I say one of the Namekians, if he gets super attacked by the Namekians, he will take quite a lot of damage, even if it's after the super attack. So, definitely... use an item here. Gohan coming in clutch with the additionals again. I will show the when we get to the end, if I remember, I will show the hidden potential builds that I gave to each of these guys because I very quickly showed at the beginning of the video that they were all linked level 10. So I very quickly flicked through those pages. So some of you guys might have seen them if you have good eyes and maybe paused it. I don't know, but I'll show you guys in more detail at the end. Like I said, I feel like, I mean, whilst I don't consider to be an expert on what every unit should have in the hidden potential system, I feel like I gave them very good builds, but I guess we'll see. And the heal, definitely a good idea. Brody did take the super attack, took 200k. So, yeah, I think healing was certainly a good idea. The friend popping off with the additional super. Unfortunately, none of his links were active because he's in the last spot there, so... no crazy attack stats from him. But, I mean, he did pretty well here. So, let's keep Vegeta on rotation. Not just because all these STR orbs are here. So, that's actually a good idea. But, we are going up on against Hit next. So, makes more sense for Vegeta to be the one that comes back soon. Or soonest. Vegeta getting the old level 3 dodge there as well. You love to see it. I mean, there you go. There's a topic of discussion right there. Like, I'm one of those people, like Truth, I think D3 is as well from back in the day. Like, I give almost all of my units level 3 dodge. Unless they have a built-in chance to dodge that is, like, at least 50%, then I think they don't need it. But, yeah, I do give all of my units level 3 dodge. So that would immediately make some people not agree that I know what I'm doing with hidden potential. So... oh, hit locks your units in place. That's good. I guess we'll do this then, because we haven't had these two on rotation together at any point during the event, but actually Gohan's not really going to do any damage anyway, is he? I might as well just do this so we can get all of these for Broly. Gohan and Bardock are technically each other's best link partner, so this will be a decent enough rotation. I mean, Bardock, again, showing out a little bit here. I think getting to the final stage boss of one of these Infinite Dragon Ball History stages, and he's only taking 6,000 damage from normal attacks. Obviously, he has type advantage, but he's a level 100 UR, so I think that's pretty good. I mean, Gohan's got the defensive ability, the guard, and he's still taking slightly more, and he's Rainbow, so wow. Wow, he took 218k from a super? That's a bit more than I expected, considering his the full scope of his defensive ability. But okay, why would you lock Broly in the first slot? All right, well, let us go ahead and fire this off first, Do a nice bit of bonus damage. Ooh, get that crit as well. 2.3 mil. I will have to use an item here because Broly... Oh. Well, that's what I get for clicking the screen too fast. At least we didn't misclick and not give him a super attack, eh? But we're going to do this. And then... Wow, so the only way to get... Oh, I guess I could just do this. Because I really want to make sure that we get the 18 key super with Vegeta. But I don't know how the orb field will drop down in terms of rainbows and stuff. Let's just try. We got type advantage. So worst case scenario, we still only get the 12 key super. We got type advantage, so we should be all right. So we'll do this. So we're getting the Dokkan attack. Unfortunately, it is the friend Broly. So he is 90%. He doesn't have all of his links at level 10. In fact, I think most of his links are like 3 or 4. So it's not going to be the biggest Dokkan event, Dokkan attack in the history of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. But, I mean, he's got a 2.6 million attack stat still. So... he's still going to do the damage and then potentially have a chance to additional super as well. We got the support from Vegito, so this is definitely the best turn for him to be getting the Dokkan attack. Yeah, 3 million crit. We might actually finish him off this turn. Broly didn't additional super, but Vegito almost at a 2.5 million attack stat as well. He gets a crit as well. Let's go. And an additional normal from him. 12 damage, okay. And then 2.2 million attack stat from Vegeta. This might just be it. And then if not, he's getting, he's getting 10 times Kamehameha next turn. Sorry, hit, but it's going down. Unfortunately, no fierce battle to be had on this turn for Goku, but who does he link better with? Oh, no one. Super Saiyan, Saiyan, or Ped Battle. So none of them have any other links for him. So, since this is going to be the final turn, let me very quickly show you guys the hidden potential. Because I realized I can't bring up this screen at the very end. So, Goku, I gave a little bit more crit because you want to crit on that active skill. Bardock, like I said, I gave him a little bit of extra crit because it's so easy to lose that ability to crit from his passive, and his super attack doesn't have any additional effects. If it had any sort of raising attack or defense or anything like that, then obviously I would have gone more... additional. Gohan's in the same boat because like massively lowering defense isn't that useful, but gave him a little bit of extra additional as well as crit just so he can make up for some of that damage loss because he's not the hardest hitting unit in the game. But at the end of the day, as much as we joke about massively lowering defense not being important, if he double supers, that can potentially help out. Broly, I made sure to give him some decent additional because we want that potential of getting 3 supers in one turn. And then Vegito, okay, I think I got his, 14, 15, and 3. I think that's a very good build for him. He's obviously performed pretty well. And then Vegeta, unfortunately, he's only 69% for me, so I need to get that other dupe in order to do the full hidden potential system for him. So that is a little bit of a shame. Actually, yeah, let's just go ahead and hit him with the Kamehameha. I wonder if this takes him out. Oh, are you kidding me? Look at his health. Alright, so we'll do this. Get the 18 key super. And then we can... I guess we might as well grab this. What is Goku's defense, actually? Because now that his passive's fully built up, see, no support on the rotation. We don't have fierce battle, unfortunately, which would be giving him a little bit extra defense. So it's kind of crazy to think he's an LR at 90% and he has the lowest defense out of the 3 units on this rotation. That's actually kind of crazy, but he's going to finish off hit here. Come on, get... Oh. I was going to say, if the first attack of the turn had been a super that got countered, that would have been such an excellent way to end. Are you serious? He seriously dodged that. He didn't dodge the additional, though. So, see you later, hit. Goodbye, Universe 6. The Warriors of Universe 6 getting absolutely destroyed by the Monkey Power. Apes strong together. Full Super Saiyan 4 team on Global. Only going to get better once in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta releases. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think of the team down below. Obviously, it's not insanely powerful because we have that restricted leader skill, so we did have to use a couple of items. But I think you can see from this, like, once we upgrade this Broly leader to a Gogeta, this team is just going to absolutely slap everything, because it's yet another unit that can counter supers as well coming onto the team. So I do really, really like this team. Let me know what you guys think down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord in the description. Feel free to join in the fun over there. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.